Hello everyone, Voodoo here, and a few weeks ago I did a video talking about like which of the three Havoc capstones should you pick, and since then we've had some nerfs and we've had a change to what happened then. I'm not going to say a paradigm shift.
He said it.
But basically the question now comes down to, should you play Essence Break or should you play Glaive Tempest? Let's talk about it. So subscribe to the channel, like the video, drop a comment. Let's hop into this discussion. Before we get to the video though, a quick word from our first sponsor, our first major sponsor for the channel, and that is G Fuel. So big shout out to G Fuel for sponsoring us. They are a sugar-free energy formula featuring no carbs, no calories, and no sugar in their formations. And they do have so many flavors, over 50 flavors to choose from. They've gone out and sponsored the channel, so I have an exclusive code to pick them up. They are delicious energy drinks available to everybody, but made for gamers specifically, and are sugar-free, which means they'll have no jitters. They come in over 50 flavors, including the ones before you here, and they've given us, the channel specifically, a 20% discount code for all of your things. So use code Voodoo at checkout. Whether you're getting their energy tubs, their energy cans, or their hydration tubs, they have so many flavors and are absolutely delicious. So go check them out. Either use the link in the description or use code Voodoo at checkout for 20% off and a little bit of kickback to me. So thank you so much to them for sponsoring the channel, and let's get to the video. Anyways, welcome back to the video. Again, thank you for the sponsor. Check them out. Use my code. But the question we are talking about is Essence Break versus Glaive Tempest. And I did cover this a little while ago between Essence Break, Glaive Tempest, and Fel Barrage, but Fel Barrage got nerfed by 12%, which means it's just dead. The only time you'd ever really play this is on like Mythic Tindril, or if you're trying to pad in some other places. So that's out of the question. But now there's been a lot of talk between Glaive Tempest and Essence Break. And I'm gonna have some sims for you guys. Also, if you hear some sound in the background, it's my kitten. I'll grab him. Boom, my kitten. This is Goose. Don't get me. You hear any sounds, it's him. But anyways, as I was saying, I think Essence Break and Glaive Tempest is actually a pretty real question between the two right now. And they're going to be very close. So we're going to just kind of talk about the differences here. We're going to talk about why that's happening, show some sims, and then I'll talk about where I think each one of them is going to be more valuable. So of course, let's hop on over to Raider.io and take a look at the reason why all this has started. I'm going to move over here. So here I am on the top runs, you know, all like the runs in general. And let's go on down. So I've tried to open up a bunch of different keys with different demon hunters to show you different like variation. Generally speaking, if one demon hunter did a key and then did another one, they're not really going to change their talents, so you'll see a bit of a false positive there. But just looking through some of the top demon hunters, we see here this person has Glaive Tempest. We go on down a bit more. This person has Essence Break. We see Junkrat here has Fel Barrage, which I think was before the nerfs, but interesting. If we look at this one, these are both Fel Barrage ones. Junkrat here, I think, also has a Fel Barrage. Yeah, so those were before the nerfs. But Fel Barrage there, Glaive Tempest here from these two. We go even further down, Glaive Tempest again, Glaive Tempest, Essence Break, Glaive Tempest 1, Glaive Tempest, Essence Break, Essence Break. So a mix of Glaive Tempest and Essence Break. Both of these are fortified keys. Some of them are tyrannical as well. But generally speaking, on the top end here, there is a mix of Glaive Tempest and Essence Break. I don't know the exact breakdown about like which is which, how many more of each one, but realistically speaking, there's a pretty even split. It might lead them a little bit more Glaive Tempesty, but not really a big deal at the end of the day. So there's a split here between Essence Break and Glaive Tempest. But what are the sims saying? So if we look at just like a boss sim, right? This is 3 minutes, one boss target. I have all the buffs on, but like, whatever. This is with my gear. 3 minutes, one target. We see here that Essence Break is roughly 4% ahead of Glaive Tempest. You see here, obviously, Essence Break. Go over and look at a bunch of other sims here. We'll do D-Slice next. Glaive Tempest is roughly 2% ahead in AoE, so 3 targets, 1 minute. It's like 9%, which I don't think is very accurate. We'll touch on that in a second. 9%, 9%, and 9%. So relatively speaking, according to our sims, Glaive Tempest is roughly 9% or so ahead of some of the other options in AoE, whereas Essence Break is roughly 4% ahead in single target. And then on D-Slice, it averages out to like 2%. Now, I don't think this is as representative of real life as you've seen. Generally speaking, Sims will always kind of bump up Glaive Tempest relative to how it actually performs in game. That's just kind of how it works out because of just the nature of Sims, right? You're fighting the same number of targets the whole time. Like in this sim, we're fighting 6. Oh, this is D-Slice. Whoopsies. Like in this sim, right? We're fighting 5 targets for a minute straight. And in that scenario, Glaive Tempest is going to absolutely crank just because of how it works, right? In a dungeon, you're going to be killing targets as the fight goes on. And as you kill those targets, Glaive Tempest will start to drop in value. You'll have mismatched health targets. So while I think Glaive Tempest is very good and does perform well on Sims, I don't think the difference here is as big as it looks. I think overall, Glaive Tempest is honestly like really, really close to the current gear. Also, this is weird. These are different numbers. These should be the same. Strange. But I think overall, despite these sims, Glaive Tempest is actually really, really close to what Essence Break does. I don't have any pictures here, but generally speaking, when we look at a breakdown, I guess we'll just look at this HTML report for visual aid. We look at a breakdown of abilities here in like this one. We can come down and we can see here that, oh man, this is an Essence Break one. Your Essence Break is roughly 5% here. Annihilation makes up 3%, and Death Sweep, that's not the real Death Sweep. Death Sweep's only roughly like 7.9% here in the sim, but normally it's like a lot higher than that, which is actually kind of weird. I don't know what's going on with these weird little sims here. But generally speaking, over the course of a key, Death Sweep will be like one of your top damage sources. And if you take the contribution of Essence Break, like the 5%, then you take the like 4% extra that Death Sweep normally is, and then you take the Annihilation bonus, and you add that all together, you normally get Essence Break equaling to about 9 to 10% of your overall, maybe 8%, maybe 7 on some weird keys. And if you look at a Glaive Tempest in a key, it's normally between 7 to 9% of your overall. But at the end of the day, Glaive Tempest and Essence Break are very, very close to each other. Obviously the sim here says it's like 9% ahead. I don't think it's actually that far ahead. These sims are being kind of weird. If you ask me, I don't know what's up. Death Sweep should be significantly higher. I don't know if it's not doing the meta combo or what, but looking at these sims, it does seem like that is the best one. But at the end of the day, I do think it's going to be a judgment call about which one you want best. So Essence Break is a 40-second cooldown. It does 66,000 to 8 targets. Glaive Tempest is a 21-second. It does like 71,000 to 8 targets. Plus, same with Essence Break. But Essence Break gives the 80% amp to Death Sweep and Chaos Strike. Annihilation, I guess. And what that means is that it's all about whether or not you want the damage to be unconditional, consistent AoE, or that burst priority damage. The damage they give you over a key is going to be pretty much the same, and it's going to come down to preference. Do you want priority damage and maybe a little bit less AoE, but some more single target, some more priority, and the ability to kind of burst down target mobs? Or is that not as important in the key? You're still doing some solid single target stuff, but you're doing more overall AoE damage. It's just not as focused, right? So it's going to come down to your group composition, what you feel like playing that day, a ton of different factors about which one of these is actually better for you in a key. If someone tells you that one of them is just better overall in every scenario, don't listen to them, they're wrong. It's going to be very context dependent. At the end of the day, it's not going to matter which you pick, but each of them does have their own niche. Glaive Tempest is a strong AoE tool. You have it every pack. It's very consistent, but it's not as good at priority damage for like troublesome mobs in a pack or for single target damage on bosses. And Essence Break is very, very good at single target damage on bosses or for priority targets in packs, and gives you really big bursts every 2 minutes with your cooldowns. But again, it doesn't have as much AoE damage. Essence Break starts to fall off in 5+ targets, where Glaive Tempest starts to get better. And there's like an argument to be made where you could like miss both of them, which like isn't really a real thing, right? Like you can miss this, but you could also miss this, so it doesn't really matter. But at the end of the day, both of them are really, really close, and you can really pick whichever you want. So both are good. Pick either. Glaive Tempest more an AoE focus. Essence Break more a single target / priority focus. You can time the highest keys with both. It doesn't matter. So want to get that out there because I've had a lot of questions about it in the Discord and to myself personally. So there you go. That's the state of Havoc from Mythic Plus with Essence Break and Glaive Tempest. Thank you for watching. Follow me on Twitch, join my Discord, subscribe to the channel, use code Voodoo at GFuel for 20% off. Thanks everybody for watching. See you guys next time. Peace. Big thank you to all of my channel members. Thank you, Fidi Gregory, Andrew Kino, Guillermo Lamas, Joshua O'Connell, Latand, Period, Brad Wisniak, Zuligan, It's Bulk, Magic Man 133, and Howley. Thank you all so much. Your support helps me make the content every week and keeps me going on this channel. Thank you all so much. If you want to support me, follow the link in the description to become a channel member. And again, thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.